So usually, I mean, we think of history as being trapped on the flat pages of the book.
Right, exactly, like old text.
Yeah, but today, for this deep dive, we're taking you to a place where the buildings themselves are the documents. We're exploring the architectural evolution of Mons, Belgium, and just tracing how shifting medieval rulers physically basically rebuilt this entire city.
It's really incredible when you look at the sources. The whole city is a timeline.
It is. And here's where it gets really interesting, because Mons isn't just a city. It's like this 3D architectural scrapbook of European conquests.
A scrapbook is such a good way to put it. But, to read that scrapbook, you have to start with page 1, which is, it's the landscape.
Right.
Before Mons could ever become this big prize for empires, it had to become a fortified hub. And that foundation wasn't political at all. It was purely geographical.
Yeah, our sources show it started out as a pretty modest 7th century monastery founded by St. Roger.
Right, St. Roger.
So it was just an ecclesiastical settlement, basically a secluded religious community. But crucially, and this is the big thing, they built it on a prominent hill overlooking the marshlands and river valleys.
Which is prime real estate back then.
Exactly. Think of that hill as a medieval choke point. Like whoever controlled that high ground controlled all the economic arteries of the valleys below. It's essentially a medieval real estate startup thriving purely on the principle of, location.
Yeah, location is everything, which is exactly why the Counts of Hainaut later came in and completely militarized it. They capitalized on that natural elevation.
They really did.
They wrapped the whole settlement in extensive ramparts, stone gates, defensive towers. So when you walk through the historic core of Mons today, you aren't just navigating these quaint, picturesque streets.
Right, they look pretty, but they have a purpose.
Exactly. Those winding cobblestone alleys and elevated squares, they were engineered specifically to confuse invaders and slow down sieges.
It was basically a blueprint for survival. But that exact defensive advantage made it a massive target.
All right, totally. A huge target.
So Mons becomes this geopolitical crossroads. It gets caught in this relentless cycle of being conquered and rebuilt by rival powers. You've got Burgundian, Spanish, Austrian, French rule, all sequentially.
And the wild part is, rather than just wiping the slate clean, these empires left their own physical stamps on the city to exert control.
Yeah, like stamping their logo on it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Take the 17th century Baroque belfry, for instance.
Right.
It's actually Belgium's only Baroque belfry and a UNESCO World Heritage site today.
Oh, wow. The only one.
Yeah. And Baroque architecture, it wasn't just, a synonym for highly ornate decor. It was this dramatic, imposing style specifically funded to project imperial power and immense wealth over the conquered locals.
Which makes you think about the tallest buildings in your own city today.
Right, exactly.
Usually they're like bank headquarters or massive tech campuses. There are modern empires projecting their dominance over the skyline. And in the 17th century Mons, that Baroque belfry served the exact same psychological purpose for the ruling class.
It really did. And what's interesting is that imposing imperial structure stands in stark contrast to the massive Gothic Saint-Wadru Collegiate Church.
Right, the one with the famously unfinished steeple.
Exactly, the towering unfinished one.
Okay, let's unpack this because the economics here they don't make sense to me.
How so?
Well, if this city was constantly enduring sieges, changing hands between foreign armies, the local economy would be completely drained. So how did the locals sustain a massive, multi-generational architectural project like a Gothic church? That requires incredible stability and wealth.
What's fascinating here is how the historical record of political upheaval collides with local folklore.
Oh, I love the folklore stuff.
It's so good. So when funds inevitably stalled during the Middle Ages because of those very conflicts, the townspeople didn't just wait around for a foreign ruler to finance it. Legend says they actually took on the back-breaking labor themselves.
Wait, really?
Yeah, physically hauling massive stone blocks up that steep hill.
Wow. So they effectively subsidized the construction with their own physical suffering.
Yes.
It wasn't just some abstract sense of civic resilience. It was a tangible economic sacrifice. They were basically saying, empires come and go, but we are the ones who literally carry the weight of this city.
That's a perfect way to look at it. The architecture became a permanent act of defiance against endless political turnover. And Honestly, that instinct for architectural reinvention continues to shape the cityscape today.
Yeah, you see that evolution so vividly in the historic core. You have these centuries-old brick facades and grand Renaissance townhouses.
Built by the wealthy merchants.
Right, those classical symmetrical homes. And they're sitting completely seamlessly next to modern avant-garde designs.
The most striking modern example has to be the Congressplex designed by Daniel Libeskind.
Oh, the Congressplex is wild.
It is. It's this highly progressive, white-ribbed, geometric structure, and it's placed right alongside ancient stonework.
Which just proves that history in Mons isn't something preserved under glass in a museum. The past is a literal structural foundation to build modern life upon.
Absolutely.
It shows how the city evolved from this secluded religious community in the marshes into this layered masterpiece, shaped by both the vanity of European empires and just the sheer grit of its citizens.
It really reminds you that a city is an ongoing conversation between the past and the future.
It does. Which brings us back to looking at the skyline. When future historians dig through the architectural layers of our own modern cities, what will our contemporary glass and steel structures tell them about the quote-unquote empires and cultural values that rule us today?
That's a heavy question.
Definitely something for you to mull over the next time you walk down your own street.